Welcome back to Arcanum, where it's 2 p.m., so maybe I should actually go to the Bates Motel and figure out what's going on. No promises I won't get diverted midway, though. Has a tendency to happen. I'm still befuddled by that armor. It's heavy plate mail, but it's magically aligned. That doesn't seem to make sense to me. And I still don't understand half the stats or how they operate. Even having read most of the manual at this point. Okay. Let's not fuck this up. I mean, we'll probably fuck it up several times, but let's not fuck it up immediately. I have removed the saboteurs that have been plaguing you. Thank the gods. I thought we would never be rid of them. Please, go inside. Mr. Bates will be anxious to thank you. How would you know that? You have been most generous. Oh. The door, not the gates. Sure, that somehow makes sense. It's a nice place. Solid place. Pretty weird. But... alright. There's actual background chatter going on around here. Let's see, who are these people? Servants, guards. God, if I had people walking... well, if I lived in a... if I had guards walking around, clanking their chainmail all day, I think I'd scream. These all generic characters? Yep. Nothing to contribute. Hey, look, a loot room. An unlocked loot room. Fool! With a trapdoor, no less. Manservant's uniform. Manservant's uniform. Oh no. Is this about to turn into some weird thing? I have to know. Opposite gender, okay. That'd be pretty funny. Well. Nothing happened. Nope, nothing happening here. This is fine. All these traps killing us. Yep, this seems normal. A normal rich person's basement. That's how I assume most rich people's basements are. Ah, it's all the way back. Did I not? Did I really fuck? Okay. Okay, since it doesn't seem... there's a billiards table. All that's in there is a guard. Oh, this is like the servants' quarters. Why is there a trapped basement in the servants' coming out of the servants' quarters then? Okay, seems like I should go upstairs. Bates and his ogre guard, who is level 16. Okay. And suspicious. You guys really need to chill out with the stomping around. What is this? Oh, it's electric lights. Okay. Those are absurd. Also, what's with the spooky-ass pictures of children? I think that's what that is. Guard. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna wander around for a minute. Locked. Or maybe not.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Gilbert Bates, as I'm sure you have surmised. I'd like to extend my thanks to you, sir, for putting an end to the difficulties at my factory. I've been informed that there is a matter you wish to discuss.
What can you tell me of the recent attempt on your life?
There's not much, really, as Chucker is given to overzealousness in his protection of my person. He rendered the interloper lifeless before I could question him. All he had on his person was an amulet bearing the symbol of the Malokian hand, the eye in the hexagram.
The Malokian hand? I have a couple of those from the guys who attacked me in the fields.
They were a religious order of assassins some 500 years ago. Rumors of their continued existence surface periodically, but are usually proven to be hoaxes. I figure this for a new group trying to adopt some of the prestige of the name.
Yeah, I'll say so. The guys who attacked me were a bunch of chumps. They seem to be after me as well.
Let us hope for both our sakes that they are mere pretenders to the name, then. I would be loath to have the authentic Malokians out for my blood.
Well, I'd like to ask you about this ring.
Great gods! How did you come by that ring?
A gnome gave it to me as he lay dying.
A gnome? What manner of tomfoolery is this? Are you certain it was not a dwarf?
Of course, I've never seen a skinny, beardless dwarf.
Yes, I am familiar with the dwarves and their customs. Tell me, was there anything distinctive about this fellow?
He had a scar over his left eye.
Aye, Alberic. I knew it in my heart. That was no gnome. It was Stenar Rockcutter.
He was a dwarf? Who is Stenar? Why would a dwarf shave his beard?
Stenar was an old friend of mine. But for him to cut off his beard, by the gods, it's unthinkable. But please, tell me, did he say anything to you before he died? Did he say anything about me?
He said he had escaped to warn us about the evil.
The evil? What evil? And where did he escape from?
He didn't say. I was hoping you would know what it meant.
Something horrible must have happened after I... Did he say anything else?
He referred to you as a boy. Why would he do that?
I do not know. Even though dwarves reckon time differently than humans, he must have realized that I am now an old man. Perhaps it is because I was but a boy when I betrayed his trust all those years ago.
How did you come to betray him?
That is quite the long tale. A tale of my shame, it is.
I'm listening.
It is ironic that my greatest mistake is that which brought me such wealth. As a youth, I was enamored of all things dwarven, so I sought out the nearest clan and attempted to impress them with my grasp of their technology. They laughed. It was obviously a novelty to them. A ridiculous human who had a natural bent towards technology. I suppose it didn't help that I was a mere 14 years old at the time.
No, that would not help.
I became something they humored to entertain themselves. Stennar was the only one who truly called me friend in all those years, and betrayal is how I repaid his friendship. It was he who first showed me their steam engine, as he knew I could appreciate the beautiful intricacies of its design. They had left it to rust in a corner, as they had very little use for a device that would reduce the need for sheer physical power. Imagine a dwarf relying on a device to do his digging for him. It's preposterous. I asked him if I could tinker with it, perhaps improve on it, as I knew this was the key to becoming truly a part of the dwarven world. I quickly devised a way to use it to power a pump for draining the mines. When I fell all over myself trying to explain it to them, laughter was once again their only response. I knew I had to somehow gain their respect, so I hastily sketched some schematics and set out to prove my theory. The struggling human mining company that I brought the plans to offered me a share in their mines for the steam pump. I was ecstatic. I had not a care for their mines or their money. I desired vindication. When I returned to the dwarves to boast of my accomplishments and be welcomed into their clan, they were gone. The inventions came quickly after that, fueled by my anger and confusion. How could they have denied me my place amongst them after all my labors? Somehow I felt I could still prove myself to them. I continued searching for them in all my spare moments, but to no avail. But then they came, the robed ones.
This is quite the story.
They appeared to me late one night, and they warned me to never speak of, nor try to find the dwarves again. Still being a mere lad, you can imagine the terror that put into me. As my wealth and power grew, I shook off some of my youthful fear, and hired the first in a long chain of investigators to locate Stennar and his clan. None of them ever returned with any worthwhile information, and some never returned at all. The ones that did told of vicious traps and creatures attacking them from the shadows. As word of these failures spread, it became more and more difficult to find souls brave enough to take on the challenge.
But why did he send me here with your ring?
He knew that ring would lend veracity to your tale. I gave Stennar that ring the last time I saw him, and now he is dead. If only we knew what he meant by the evil.
The Panari think the evil refers to someone named Aranax.
I don't put much stock in religious ramblings. I'm more concerned with who killed Stennar and why, and what all this has to do with my relationship with the Black Mountain clan.
So what is to be done now?
There must be some clue left in the Black Mountain mines. I am certain of this. You seem to be a resourceful individual. Would you be interested in searching the mines for some clue as to their whereabouts? I would make it worth your while, I can assure you.
I'd like to ask you some further questions before I commit myself.
Of course. What do you wish to ask of me?
You didn't actually invent the steam engine?
I have never actually claimed that I did. It was just people's assumption. I have invented any number of devices based off its principles, but I did not invent the first one.
What did you think would happen when you sold the engine?
Such is the enthusiasm, or perhaps the impetuousness of youth, that I did not stop to consider the consequences of my actions. All I could see was a way to gain the respect of the dwarves. It was all that mattered.
It must be unsettling to get so much praise for the steam engine.
Yes, it is, and it torments me every day. I was but a child when the robed ones gave me their dire warnings, and I was terrified. They were explicit that I was not to reveal the origins of the steam engine.
Perhaps you can answer a few more questions?
Of course. What do you wish to ask of me?
Why the need to impress the dwarves after they rejected
You
you?
don't understand. I was orphaned at a young age. The dwarves represented everything I wanted my family to be. A tight-knit clan, and the respect I had for their brilliance with technology. I made the mistake common to youth. I thought intelligence equaled compassion. I needed to belong, to find that I had some worth.
You were orphaned? What happened?
My mother died, bringing me into this world. I believe my father died then as well, even though he continued to exist in the world for some 8 more years. When he could stand living no longer, he took his own life.
But abandoning you like that.
He left me decently provided for, and with his grasp on reality becoming more tenuous each day, I believe he felt I would be safer in the care of others. The last thing he did in this life was to give me that ring.
Huh. That's interesting. And you gave it to Stenar?
That is how much his friendship meant to me. I was devastated when he disappeared with the rest of the clan. I believe I felt more deserted and alone then than I did when my father killed himself.
Just a few more questions, please.
Of course. What do you wish to ask of me?
What can you tell me of the recent attempt on your life?
There's not much, really.
Never mind.
They were a religion. Let us hope for both our sakes that they are mere pretenders to the name, then. I would be loath to have the authentic Malokians out for my blood.
Why do you suppose they tried to kill us?
I do not know, but I am beginning to believe they are behind Stenar's death. This all seems to be pointing to my involvement with the Black Mountain clan, doesn't it? That is why I feel it is imperative to find out their fate. Our lives seem to be dependent on it, in fact.
That's too much of a dig.
Of course. What do you wish to ask of me?
Can you tell me about your business?
Well, as you know, I am the foremost manufacturer of steam engines in Arcanum, virtually without competition. I am working on a prototype for a smaller, more efficient engine right now, as a matter of fact. I also have various interests in other technological endeavors.
How have you devastated your competition so? I mean, I feel like I
It
already
is
know
not
the
much
answer
of an
to it.
accomplishment when old Cedric Appleby is your chief competitor. Poor Cedric. Always was a bit of a blundering fool. I really wish I could have convinced him to come work for me.
Why? I mean, if he's such an idiot?
Cedric and I were close friends when we were children. He was furious that I wouldn't introduce him to the dwarves. Can you imagine? I had a difficult enough time gaining their respect without his simple-mindedness. After I invented the steam engine, he began to despise me. Strangely enough, I wish he was still my friend some days. Of course. Well, as you know...
Do you have
I
any
am the
labor
foremost
difficulties in your
manufacturer.
factories?
Why do you ask? You're not a labor sympathizer, are you? A unionizer, perhaps? I can assure you, my workers are happy to have the jobs I give them. I treat all orcs, true blood, and half-breed alike better than any other factory owner. Of that I can assure you.
I didn't mean to imply anything, sir. Simply curious.
Yes, I can understand that. With all the talk of labor difficulties and protests in all the journals. But in answer to your original question, I believe that I am fortunate to have been spared a lot of the problems others have been experiencing with their workers. I do believe it is because I treat my workers better than most. Why, their working conditions are almost human.
Still pretty racist. I mean... I don't know. In the context of being an old man in a racist society, I guess that's admirable with a big ol' honkin' asterisk. This line is too funny, but I'm not going to do that.
Of course. Well, as you know, of course.
Okay, I guess
What
that's
do you
the
wish to
last
ask
of it.
me?
I've decided to explore the Black Mountain Clan mines for you.
Splendid. Here, let me mark your map with the location of the Black Mountain mines. I am certain there must be some clues to be found there. Please, return as soon as you have found anything.
I shall return with the information you have requested.
Oh, one more thing. I would like to purchase my ring back from you. I'd give you 200 coins. It would mean quite a bit to me. My father gave it to me before he died.
I mean, I'm literally wearing it. Certainly, here it is.
Much obliged. I will speak with you when you return.
I must be off. Did he just take it off my finger? Yeah. Dual emerald rings. Why did it say game loaded successfully? That's scary as shit. Don't say that. Okay. So I think that's just the update of, yep, search the mines, and I've got a few other things. Anyway. Next time on Arcanum, we're gonna make our way out of here. We're gonna go, we're gonna go check out all the shops again. I'm gonna probably rebuy some of those books that I accidentally / purposely threw away. And then we will make our way to the mine, most likely. And then maybe not do that, because we're probably under-leveled knowing this game. In any case, next time on Arcanum, we'll make some more strides towards, progress.